Hello there. So yesterday I shared my weekly evidence-based hypnosis meme on social media, and it was about active alert hypnosis. When thinking of hypnosis, most people tend to think of a sleep-like or a very relaxed, still state. Active alert hypnosis is achieved through physical activity usually, and there's been increasing clinical interest in active alert hypnosis. But that said, there have been relatively few studies devoted to studying its properties systematically. A study published just this month, that's August 2020, by Kasos and colleagues, published in the International Journal of Clinical and Experimental Hypnosis, compared the subjective experiences of subjects and hypnotists during active alert hypnosis. And they used a wide range of different measures and inventories, and the results demonstrated some similarities between the experiences of subjects and hypnotists. And the only significant difference between subjects and hypnotists' experiences was shown by one of the inventories, the PCI one, which highlighted some differences stemming from the different roles of hypnotist and subject during active alert hypnosis. Anyway, I asked the question and raised the debate that perhaps it's time to break out of some of the outmoded notions of how an individual must be in order to experience hypnosis. That's the study just published this week. During my years as an endurance runner, and within the pages of my Hypnosis for Running book, and when working with so many athletes and sports people over the years, it was essential to equip both myself and my clients with active alert hypnosis and self-hypnosis skills. I mean, when you're running an ultra marathon, for example, you want to use hypnosis to increase comfort, overcome pain, boost confidence in one's ability, deal with increased stress levels, and so much more. You don't want to be a mid-event, 50-mile mark, for example, and have to lie down or cover yourself in a crochet blanket and pop on some whale sounds and panpipes music in order to utilize the full benefits of hypnosis. Excuse me being facetious. In the 1970s, alongside Hilgard and latterly in the 1990s, the research of Eva Banyai showed that you don't need to be relaxed to be responsive to hypnosis. Within their work, they employed stationary bicycles in their lab while participants were pedaling, and they were hypnotized while active and alert. And the participants were responsive to suggestions that were delivered while hypnotized, despite being active and alert. And this important research showed us that relaxation is not a necessary ingredient in hypnosis induction, and that hypnosis is not a sleep-like state. I mean, this is great news for our clients with anxiety, who worry that they cannot relax and therefore cannot be hypnotized. We can tell them, do not concern yourself. You don't need to be relaxed. You don't need to be perfectly still in order to be hypnotized. The science shows. But this approach, it's especially good for working with students of any subject who wish to use self-hypnosis while studying to retain and recall information. Studies by David Walk in the 1990s employed active alert hypnosis with great success to advance study skills. And as I already alluded to, it's also great for sports and areas where you are likely to be active, and you can utilize the effects and the benefits of hypnosis at the same time. Also areas such as the birthing environment or the work environment. I teach active alert hypnosis on my sports hypnosis course, and it's now an integral part of my diploma course and the training curriculum going forward. Alert hypnosis involves eyes open, walking, talking in hypnosis. Alert hypnosis can empower an athlete, for example, to tap automatically into the zone, a highly desirable, often elusive state of mind and body. To continue using that example, most athletes understand what it feels like to be in the zone, and this state of mind body can be sort of characterized by a feeling of slow motion, of maximum confidence and expectation of success, and a personal and experiential feeling of being in control. And this is a state state that many athletes describe when they are playing or performing at their absolute peak. Our major premise is that when hypnosis is successfully induced, it results in a state of mind that kind of mirrors, if not being identical, to being in the zone. And the vehicle of hypnosis thus, allows the clinician and the athlete to control entrance into this free-flowing state. For example, athletes are frequently frustrated not knowing when they will return to that zone, often, even developing a slump as they begin overthinking and analyzing how they can reconnect with that state of peak performance. For our purposes, however, it's of paramount importance to understand that hypnosis allows the majority of athletes and our other clients and patients to enter into that zone regularly and predictably. Alert hypnosis demonstrates for athletes that the hypnotic state is not a passive experience. It's not a passive experience. The tunnel vision consistently displayed, for example, by Tiger Woods and basketball's Michael Jordan, where they seem to focus their concentration to such a level that they could elevate their performance above and beyond that of their competitors. So talking to the client whilst hypnotized tends to be quite rare amongst a lot of hypnotherapists, most hypnotherapists I'd say, that adhere to a stereotypical hypnosis context of needing to be relaxed and zonked out and even playing music during hypnosis sessions in a therapy room. A great way of starting teaching your clients active alert hypnosis is to inform your client or your patient that people can talk while remaining hypnotized and stay responsive to hypnosis. You can suggest that they can remain hypnotized and even deepen the hypnosis as he or she speaks. You can say, tell me what you are experiencing now. It's important to use the term experiencing, because if you ask about feelings, they'll talk about their affects, and if you ask about what they're thinking, you'll very often get an overabundance of cognitions. Thus, we want to emphasize the word experiencing so that the client, the patient, can respond in an unbiased way with whatever he or she perceives in his awareness. Talking in hypnosis is a really valuable skill for athletes to master, for a number of reasons. In order to maintain that in the zone mindset throughout a competition, the athlete will most likely need to speak, especially if they're involved in a team sport. If he is required to exit a hypnotic or zone, being in the zone in order to communicate with teammates, it could be problematic. So talking's a crucial part of playing in the majority of competitions. Additionally, people are much more creative when hypnotized, or have the potential to be. And this creativity can allow individuals to strategize and react in more productive ways as they maintain, being hypnotized and being in that zone. Eyes open, talking experiences of hypnosis is thus a critical part of being in the zone. It allows individuals to respond naturally and very competently to the situation that's in front of them. Walking in hypnosis can come next. Moving, the first step. You inform your client that she can walk while remaining hypnotized. While in the therapy room or office, you can suggest that individual stand up, walk to a particular place and return to the chair. If he has difficulty, for example, moving in a slow cataleptic fashion, for example, it can be explained as a classic physiological response that's seen in hypnosis. And this can serve to ratify the experience, positioning her to become more and more comfortable while walking in hypnosis. You can use all kinds of repetitive movements, such as strumming the fingers, rolling of the hands, tapping of the feet, or doing any kind of movement on the spot. Then those movements can be easily transferred to the real world environment. For my own running, of course, running in general, it makes sense to use the repetitive running steps for the induction and for maintenance of the hypnosis experience, just as an example. It's often very helpful to use talking in hypnosis to help the client process their experience while walking in hypnosis. You can then sort of fine-tune the experience as needed. But specifically, empowering the person to react quicker to requests for movement, to begin actually moving quicker, or to undo some of the tunnel vision that's so common in eyes open walking hypnosis. So for example, that would assist an athlete who requires some advanced peripheral vision. Once the client becomes familiar with walking in hypnosis, modifications can then really easily be made to individualize their responsiveness, allowing them to perform at a peak level in his or her individual sport, or in the birthing environment, or in a study environment, a workplace environment, for example. Of course, as with everything, it's recommended that the client practice outside of the therapy room, and doing so, doing household chores or relating to friends and family as they expand their hypnotic ability, using the skill as a resource while then practicing the sport or studying, for example, or attending a class. They can then dip seamlessly and easily into hypnosis or into the zone. So, when there's this growing interest academically and clinically, why are more hypnotherapists not using active alert hypnosis? Or why are more not even aware of it? I guess that first and foremost, some trainers are not even aware of it. Some approaches to hypnosis are really grounded in the format of relaxation-based stillness and quiet. When using hypnosis, it being immobile. It's a different way of conceptualizing hypnosis altogether, this, and certainly doesn't sit well with a number of popular models of hypnosis, especially for script reading, So I guess some may be reticent to even concede that active alert hypnosis is a thing, let alone give education and instruction on it, if it kind of interferes with the model that they teach. As a side note, people shouldn't be subscribing to a singular model if you're an educator in this field, in my highly biased opinion, but there you go. So I think if you're reading a script, it's likely to be uncomfortable if that person's got their eyes closed. Some people struggle to find the information they need. Even types of textbooks used by a lot of hypnotherapy trainings don't cover this type of material. And academic papers are sometimes tough to track down and read if you don't have access to that kind of thing. But this information can be found, though it is sparse. I think for those seeking to work with a wider range of issues, or rather having more to offer a wider range of clients, then I think it's an essential method to be aware of and to be able to teach your clients. And I hope that I piqued your interest, and that you'll go and explore this. Do go, enjoy your exploration. I'll put some references somewhere on this page that you're watching this for those that are interested, but that's it. That's it for today. Do subscribe to this channel to get notifications of my latest videos as they happen. And do go visit my college website for details about upcoming classroom-based courses and all of our online courses on hypnotherapy and self-hypnosis and so on. I send you my very best wishes. Goodbye for now.